Welcome to Creativerse. In today's class, we are going to be modeling a chest. We are going to be using a method called blocking. So what is blocking? In 3D modeling, it is the early stage where you build a rough, simplified version of a model to establish shape, proportion, scale, and placement before adding details. So let's dive straight into the class proper. Alright, so we go into our forward view. In our front view, we would import our image, okay? Alright, our image has been imported, so this is what we have. So what we're going to do is that we're going to add this image here to a layer, okay, and call it BG, more like background. Sorry, save that. Okay, then next I'm going to this, probably move this to be up there on the grid. Then we're going to lock this layer reference so that we are not going to accidentally click it. So next thing, we'll go into our perspective view. Okay, then I think we should move this backwards a bit. Okay, that's fine. So the blocking begins. For this, we are going to be paying reference more to the front view and the perspective view. So because of this, we're going to use our two-way view. Bring this down. Okay, so we're going to draw a box. Okay, polygon modeling this time. Here I will want my shading to be in wireframe, alright, so that I can see through. Then I'll go into my faces and watch this. I'm trying to get this part to make sure everything lines up proper. Okay, observe that I'm trying to create this front part here. So I push this down here. I'll push this in a bit. I'll push this up. Alright, so we have this part already. So next thing is I'll click this. I'm going to extrude up. If you observe, we have a division here. So extrude, take note, I'm paying reference to my front viewport, okay, as I'm doing the blocking. That's good. Extrude again, Ctrl E. I'm going to push this upward again to somewhere, I think to somewhere here. Okay, extrude again. Now I'm coming here. Now at this point, I would want this to bend a little. Okay, so for this to bend, I'll go into my edges, click this, and click this. I'm holding down my shift, then hit my R to scale, and scale this inward. Is that fine? Then back to faces, click this, extrude again, move this upward, back to my edges, click this, scale in like so. Then there's a little piece up there. Okay, faces, click, extrude, take it up, back to edges, click this. Okay, hit my R for scaling. Then by this we are good to go. Alright, back to object mode. So one thing with blocking is that we are going to be making a lot of assumptions. Take for instance, I don't know what the actual length is here, but I'm going to assume that it is this length. Later up I can scale this up or down. Okay, and if you recall, in our previous classes where we modeled a car and a tomb, you remember we had the front, the back view, and the side view. Well, here we are using just a view, using the blocking method and assuming, okay, other measurements. So now that we have this, let's move on to the next stage. All right, the next thing is looking at my image. We are having more like some detailings here, so I'm going to make provisions for those detailing here. So first, I'll hold down my shift and right mouse button and go to my insert edge loop. I'm going to insert an edge loop here to create space for this detailing. So I can add it from here or add it from here too. Okay, the next thing is I'm going to create a space for this detailing here and here. So based on that, back to my insert edge loop, I'm going to add a detailing here, I'm going to add a detailing here. Okay, so this is something I could work with probably. So I'll move into my perspective view. All right, I will need, this part of this model that has these detailings to be separated. So to do that, I'm going to go into my faces, and click the polygons that I need. You got to be careful. Let me move in. Okay. I need. Okay, this was the detailing that I had here. Okay, I will just select all of this. Hold down Shift, select all of this. I think this part here. Let me go into my edges and probably double click this and move it upward a bit. I think that's too much. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Go to my faces, then select here. Hold down Shift, select all of this part here. Then maybe come in here. Hold down Shift and begin to select this other part that I need. Okay, I don't need here. I need here. I need here too. Okay, so at this point, at this point, I would love to check. So I have all of here. I'd love to go around to be sure that I've selected everything I need. Okay, I think I'm good to go. So I'll go to my edit mesh, bring it out. I'm going to detach the surfaces so that it will be on its own. So I'm going to click detach. Okay. All right. So right now I'm having this. So let's see if we actually detach. So if you click this, let's go into our object mode. At times you won't know if you have detached or not. So I'll come to my modeling toolkit and click separate. So now that I've clicked the separate button, now you can see that it has truly detached. If I click here, come to your shading, we're going to use wireframe unshaded. Okay, so if I click this, you can see it's separate from this. So to finish off this, I'm going to click this, which was the upper part that is connected, and this other part, and I'm going towards combine them. So with this, I have this part, which is one, and I can just move them out. Is that fine? So come into my channel box, and I'll hide this. Okay, hide this, and probably select all of this and put them in the background. Okay, and I'll call this chest. Call this chest. Save. Alright, so next I'm going to click this, which are already combined, and Ctrl 1 to isolate them. So this is the next stage. Alright, so the next thing is I'm going to select, go into my polygons, faces, and select all of this. I'm going to extrude. Ctrl E. Okay, I will now put in 0.2 thereabout. Okay, so we're having this. So let's go in to be sure. Okay, we're having this now. So let's say Ctrl 1. I think this is okay. So we're going to repeat the same thing. Go into my object mode, click this, just click this, Control 1 again. Alright, so we'll move in here, back to faces. We'll select all of this. Control E again. Still 0.2. Alright, so I'm having this. I can come in and let's check this in respect to others. So we're having this right now. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. Object mode, Control 1. So the next thing is that I'm going to select, let's say, all of these faces here. Okay. You can as well go in and select them one by one, holding Shift, Control E, and let's put in a 0.2. So we're having this now. Alright, so let's go to object mode, Control 1, and this is the detailings we've been able to create thus far. Alright, so next thing is to close up all of these gaps. Okay, it's not so much necessary, but just to clean it up and be sure that we are good to go. Bridge, okay, bridge. We have an issue there. Let's just move on. Bridge this. Okay, bridge, and let's bridge. Okay. Bridge. As I said earlier, this is still possible without doing this, and just making sure that just in case I have to do extra details anytime soon, I will not care that all of this have not been bridged earlier. Okay, maybe coming here, that's what we can do here. This and this, let's bridge this. Okay, what? This and this, let's bridge this. Okay. Alright, we're almost there. Bridge. Okay. Let's bridge this too. Okay. Okay, are we done? Okay, we have some orders here. Alright, so I think we've successfully bridged every part that needs to be bridged. And object mode, this, okay, I think click here, bridge, probably come in here, okay, bridge to bridge. Okay, so we've cleaned up this, so we can go in here. We have, you know, this object faces, click this, Control 1. So let's continue. So looking at our model, okay, looking at this carefully, let's bring in our background. We're having a kind of detail in here. Okay, so I will just come up with something. As I said, we are using the blocking technique here, so I will just come up with something that I think could give us something that looks like a handle. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to make this object, this one here, okay, life, not this one here, life. So click your life. I'm going to draw a cylinder. What the life does is that whenever a surface is turned live, whatever you draw will be on that surface, more like AutoGrid and 3ds Max. Okay, so let's draw and maybe bring it out like so. Okay, So maybe I'll go into this and fine tune it a bit, make it big, sorry, make it kind of big, bring it here, and I think I might have to make it a bit smaller. Okay, fine. Then next thing is okay. So what I will do next is click this, go to my attribute editor, poly cylinder. I don't need subdivision caps, and probably reduce this a bit. Okay, maybe a bit upward. So let me be sure it's in the right spot. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. So next thing I'm going to do is click, and I'm going to my faces, click this. I'm going to insert, so Control E, and click this, and pull that in like so. Then I would extrude this, Control E again, and pull this out like this. Okay, pull this out like this. Then maybe pull it down. Okay, and maybe rotate this something, sorry. All right, so I'm going to rotate this like this, like so. Okay, so I'll come out, and maybe I'm trying to be sure or certain that this is in the right spot, so I'll come in here and looking at this. Okay, then two-way view actually. Okay, then probably go in here, faces, still drag this downwards, and I think this is kind of too big, so I might just resize this. Maybe like so. Okay, so this is where the magic comes in. So I'm going to duplicate this and hold down my I'm going to duplicate this, right? So hold it down my shift and move this. Then I will come back here to my two-way view and make sure it's in the right spot. Okay, so this might need to go down more depending on what I want, but I think this is cool already. But let's see what we can do. Okay, so this is going to be rotated. I would hit my rotate. Probably I can hold down my J and watch it snap until I have what I want. But the best thing to do here is, if you observe when I rotate this, my rotate Z is what is rotating. So maybe I should just rotate it by 180. Let's see what we're going to have. 180. I come again with that. Alright, instead let's use the mirror then. Okay, so we'll click this, we'll go to our mesh tools, hit a mirror. So let's, okay, X, let's hit apply, give out this. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to click this and separate. So they are separated. I'll click this, come back here to my two-way view, hit my W on this time, and move it. Okay, modify center pivot. Okay, is that fine? Then the next thing is click both of them and combine. Then right click and go to faces, click this, then bridge. Okay, so that should be all right for my handle there. So next thing is we have a bit of a detailing occurring here. All right, so let's go in Control 1. Sorry, yeah, object mode here, Control 1. So we need to maybe bring in some let's see, insert edge loop. We need one here. Sorry, we need maybe one here. Okay, so let's come again with that. Alright, the next thing is that we add an edge loop here, maybe somewhere here, somewhere here. I can always come in here, W, double click this and move it a bit. Okay, so at this point I can still go in here and click this and extrude downward, like so. Okay, then probably I can go to the faces and extrude outward. Is that fine? So let's see what we are having here. Okay, I'm trying to come up with, do not clear but that detail in there. Okay, and I think we are good to go. All right, maybe one more. I can come in, go to my edges, click these edges here, and maybe apply the bevel. I can increase the fraction a bit. Okay, so the next thing is I could decide to come in here and see what I can do. I think here it's already so small, but I could just let's add edge loops, maybe somewhere here, one here and another here. Same thing with this, one here, another here. Okay, then hit my W, come into this, come in here and correct this, go to my vertices. Okay, probably move all of them to the straight. I can move this here. If I like, probably get this to align. Okay, do the same thing here. Alright, so just a bit of a detailing, what I want to do. Okay, then go into my polygon faces, click this, if I can highlight all of this, Control E, maybe 0.1, okay, something like that. And for this I have to go around manually. Control E, 0.12. Okay, I'm still having the same problem. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to detach this. Okay, you just select all of this here and detach, and once you detach you could just keep it there and attach all of them again. So I'm going to undo all of this. Alright, I'm going to click all of this polygon, detach and bring it up here. So I'll do that and I'll be with you in 15 seconds. Or let's just do it together. So you just click faces here. Get this off. Make sure select all. Okay, I think I'm good to go. I think I need this to, I think that should be all. Okay, and when you are done, just come to your edit mesh, detach. That's all. Then go to your object mode and click separate. So we're having this now that you can move about. Modify center pivot. Okay, then so I'm going to duplicate this, hold down shift and move this. Then we use my view. Which one will make more sense? Okay, I think the top view. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I just move this here in here like so. Let's make sure it lines up perfectly. Okay, then if we are good, we can just select them all and combine. Okay, I'll just leave it like that and let's continue. So basically, Control S, Control 1. At times, if you are using this blocking method and you're beginning to separate and do all of those, you might run into issues. Okay, so finally, we're going to be adding this detailing here. Okay, not like the circles. So I'll click this and make it live. Okay, make it live. I would draw a, make sure it's big as I want it. Okay, then next thing is I could decide to just bring in my that should be my duplicate spatial. Alright, so if I move this, it moves in the Z direction. So I'm going to my Z, put in 0.6 thereabout, and maybe put in 12. I can always delete, apply, and okay, and delete all of this. Okay, sorry, delete all of this that I don't need. Okay, so that's that for that. Then maybe I could just so that is that basically. I could do the same thing. I could shift this into perspective. Sorry. Okay, it's still live, so turn it off. With just my gizmo. Okay, then the same thing could go on in here. I could just increase it a bit, plus to increase. We push this in and bring it out like so. Okay, I could bring in the same thing and sorry, edit, duplicate spatial. So if I move this, it goes in the X direction. Okay, so I'll make this 0. Okay, for this I'm going to do maybe 0.5, put in 5, hit apply. Okay, hit apply, and I think that should do the job for me. I can move them into place like so. Okay, so go out and make sure everything is good. maybe shading, turn this off. This is what I have. I can take this off now. Come here and turn off this. Put it in this add selected. Okay, then. So finally, this is what I have. Okay, this is what I have. I can draw a plane. Okay, still live, so I will remove this. Draw a plane. Maybe remove my grid. Okay, so I would highlight this all. Come to my grid and bring it down. Or I would rather take this up and keep it there. Okay. So yeah, this is what I've been able to model thus far. Alright, let's quickly texture this. Okay. Alt B to view this in other modes. So let me just draw something simple and basic. Go to my faces, delete this, and maybe just pull this upward a bit. And okay, then bring this forward and okay, then a bit of this like so, W, push it forward so we can view this from something like this. Okay, then I'll click this, right click, I'll go to my merge display and reverse. So I'm having something like this. So let's move straight into it now. Alright. Okay, so this, and this, I would apply material to it. Assign new material. I'll call it still the AI standard surface. I'll give this something like this color, close to brown. Maybe increase the brightness a bit. Okay, and I'll add the lights. Probably I'll add sky dim lights and render this and see. Okay, that's what I'm having now. Alright, the next thing is I'm going to highlight this and maybe all of this. Including this and this and this. Okay, apply new material, assign new material. In this case, I'm going to apply the AI standard surface. I would love to use something close to iron, so I will use something like something that is shiny. Sorry, okay, something like copper. Copper replace. I'll call this copper. Okay, probably I can select this. So right click, assign existing. I call this copper. So let's see how this will look if we did this too. Assign existing copper. So let's render and see. Okay, so this is what we are having, kind of. This is the surface. Let's delete this render. Okay, this is what we are having, basically. So undo that, and maybe for this I'm going to use apply, change new material, maybe still the AI standard surface. I'll leave it in this color, but maybe something dark like this, render. Okay, so this is what we are having now, basically. So maybe I should push this backward a bit. Let's see. Let's render now. So that is that basically. Okay, so next is I will add a directional light. Maybe let's see, directional light. I'll take it up a bit. Okay, and for this surface to add existing material, maybe this Same material I used for the walls. Let's render now. Render. Okay, so this is what we're going to be getting, something like this. So let's save this image so that we'll see the final output. Okay, at times it takes time to finish up with rendering, but this is what we have. So I'll go to File, Save Image. I'll save it in my desktop chest, and I'll call it chest export. Save. Okay, then chest. All right. So this is what we've modeled thus far. This is the final input, basically. And in the next class, we're going to do more and more modeling like this. So subscribe if you haven't. See you in the next class. Thank you. Bye.